Hello and a very warm welcome once again to MotoGP Fantasy Live ahead of what is the final round of 2024, the Moto Solidarity Grand Prix of Barcelona. We are racing for Valencia for this one, and of course our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in Valencia ahead of this final event. Well, we have an amazing guest for you here today in the form of a rider that has come through Moto3 and into Moto2, but before that also went through the road to MotoGP through the Asia Talent Cup system and of course Red Bull Rookies, and he will become a MotoGP rider in 2024. I've probably given it a little bit too much away now, and you probably have already guessed who it is. It is, of course, the 2024 Moto2 World Champion, Ai Ogura. Ai, hello. How are you doing? And welcome to MotoGP Fantasy.
I'm good, thank you.
Good. And well, how has everything been since you won the World Championship in Thailand? Of course, you had Malaysia, but we've had a couple of weeks off. You've been relaxing in Japan, I believe.
Yeah. After Malaysia, we had some weeks off, and I was in Japan, so having a good time, like always, with my family, and it was nice, relaxing time. So I'm ready to go again now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks off, but relaxing in Japan. Did you have lots of celebrations with friends, family after winning the Moto2 World Championship?
No, I met few friends, but not a lot. Nothing like huge. I mean, just sitting and drinking together, and in a normal way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always the best to hang out with a few friends. I suppose you'll be having a couple of the traditional Japanese beverages. And, well, it's been an incredible season. We remember 2 years ago you came oh so close to winning the Moto2 World Championship in 22. Last year was a little bit difficult. Coming into this season, how was your mentality different to previous seasons coming into this season? Because not only were you on a different manufacturer, but you're also with a different team.
Beginning of the season, I wasn't really confident because I wasn't sure about the tires, and I had Bosco Scuro this year. I was riding Kalex for 3 years, and it was a big change for me. So I wasn't really confident about this year, but soon we start the season. I had a great feeling from the bike, from the team. So yeah, slowly I start to feel like maybe it's maybe this is a year, and well, now we won the title, so yeah.
I remember it was back in, you've won 3 Grand Prix this year, you've had 8 podiums, but it was back in Catalonia, around the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia, that you won your first Moto2 with the Bosco Scuro this season. Was that the turning point? Was that round about the time you started to believe that you could go on to win this year's title?
Um, well, at that point I wasn't sure because Catalonia was a bit strange race. Everybody had a problem with the tires, and I managed well, but it wasn't really ideal. Well, in Assen and Sachsenring, at that point I was quite sure that I can fight for the title, but before I was full to adapting the tire and understanding my bike. So yeah, it was quite difficult year, quite up and down, but I enjoyed. Yes.
Yeah, you had so many fans from around the world cheering you on. Before we move on to play MotoGP Fantasy, I just want to ask you how you kept the focus throughout the whole year after going from Kalex to Bosco Scuro, from Dunlop to Pirelli, and seeing all of your title rivals. They seem to have many inconsistencies, but consistency was not a problem with you.
Uh, yeah. So one thing that I can say is maybe I'm one of the best that understanding the peer retire. So I think I think is the reason why I'm more constant than the other riders and uh, to have a stable season. So I think that's the key. Yeah.
And do you feel like the Pirelli tires played more to your riding style than the Dunlops of previous years?
Uh, for the race distance, I think so. But I was struggling to put one hot lap in the qualifying, especially beginning of the season. So at that point, I was really struggling. But well, from middle of the season, I start to understand that part also. So yeah. Yeah, but I think the tire was quite matching for me, especially for the race distance. Yes.
Yeah, it was an incredible season. Of course, we've still got one more round to go here in Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia for the Solidarity Grand Prix, and I'm sure you'll be looking to take victory just like you did back in June this year. Of course, conditions will be a little different, but yeah, you'll be one of the favourites, I am sure. So ahead of this weekend, we have brought you on to play MotoGP Fantasy, and of course we'll bring up our team that we have from the previous Grand Prix. So this is our team. We have Jorge Martin and Pedro Acosta in our gold, and Johan Zarco and Fabio Quartararo in our silver team. Constructor Honda, and the team is Repsol Honda. So if you've not played before, especially for anyone back home, what happens with the gold riders is you get full points for their placings, and of course the silver riders, they get half the points. So looking at the team, we get two changes, either two riders or one rider and one constructor, or one rider, one team, or constructor and team. Looking at the team now, is there anyone that you would like to potentially change?
I know nothing about this.
That's what I'm here
What
for, to help you through the thing.
what is?
So
What is
we
this?
have so we have our team of MotoGP Fantasy, so Jorge Martin and Pedro Acosta, Johan Zarco and Fabio Quartararo. So they are the team that we had from the previous race in Malaysia. So we get
And
the chance to change two riders if you would like to.
ah, okay.
So,
Ah,
so would you, looking at the team so far, are you happy to keep the team as it is, or would you like to make any changes? So we have the riders that we can change to a little bit further down, and of course the pricing of the team. So potentially for this weekend, maybe Jorge Martin might be a good bet to keep in the team, because he is going for his first MotoGP World Championship. But maybe he might take it a little easy this weekend. So maybe putting Pecco Bagnaia in the team instead, who is 300,000 less, might be a good idea. Or Pedro Acosta, who performed well here back in June, he might be a rider it's best to keep in as well.
okay. So
So
I had to change riders.
you
It's better
can
for you guys, right?
better for the show, I guess. But if you would really like to keep the team, you can keep the team. It's up to you.
Okay, so I would keep Martin
hmm
and Zarco.
Johan Zarco, yes. So would you like to change Pedro Acosta and Fabio Quartararo?
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
So we'll take both of them out of the team. So that leaves us with 4.8 million in terms of salary. So 4.8 million, it could be quite difficult to find one of the top riders. But if we scroll down, we see that maybe Maverick Vinales could be quite a good choice with Aprilia. They usually go quite well around Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. Franco Morbidelli. Alessio Spargaro in his final race of the season. Of course, he won the sprint here this year, and of course done the double in 2023. Brad Binder, Jack Miller for his final race for KTM. Your future teammate Raul Fernandez at 1 million. Of course, we don't have Fabio Di Giannantonio this year. and any of the other riders a little further down. Your friend Taka Nakagami at 1.6 million. So I going through that list. Is there anyone that stands out to you that you would like to put into the team?
I would go with Raul.
Raul, good choice. He was very quick here, wasn't he? Back in June, leading the sprint before he unfortunately fell off.
Yeah,
So could be a good choice.
He's good in here, huh?
Very good here, isn't he? Yeah. So that leaves us with now 3.8 million. So I think we have enough for, well, a good pick. So if we scroll further down, 3.8. Anyone standing out to you?
Mm, uh,
A little bit further
I
down.
would go with Franco.
Franco Morbidelli could be a very good choice. He might come into the championship battle. Maybe play a supporting role for Jorge Martin, or maybe his good friend Pecco Bagnaia. So we'll go with that. Would you like to move any of the riders from the gold team to the silver team, and from the silver team to the gold team, or are you happy to keep the positions that they are in?
It's okay like this.
It's okay like this. Perfect. Yeah, a very good team. I must say you've got Jorge Martin and Raul Fernandez that do very well around here in your gold, and of course Jan Zarco and Franco Morbidelli. So very good choice. Before we let you go, we would like to ask you about the up and coming test in Barcelona on Tuesday. Now, it must be a very exciting time for you that you will be stepping into MotoGP in 2025. How has the process been? Have you been training any differently in the last few months, just getting yourself prepared for the MotoGP test on Tuesday?
No, before I try this bike, I don't know anything about, so I don't. I did nothing special. I was just training in a normal way. Maybe after I try MotoGP bike, then I know more about what I need, and So yeah, first I just want to try MotoGP bike, and after that maybe I can start to sing. But before not. So just I cannot wait to start my first MotoGP test on Tuesday. I'm exciting, but at the same time I'm super nervous. So we'll see.
Yeah, so many people are looking forward to seeing you on the bike, and I'm sure that the first touch of the throttle will be quite an experience. And have you had any talks with Raul Fernandez, for example, about how to just transition to the bike? Because obviously he's come from Moto2 to MotoGP as well. He knows the Aprilia inside and out. Have you had any discussions with him?
No, till now, no. So I hopefully I can have some conversation between him and me on Monday maybe, and just for preparing on the Tuesday to start on the Tuesday. And well, just the team, the Trackhouse team leave me alone when I'm still a Moto2 rider. So I guess they are doing like this. So yeah, till Sunday I go full for my team. I'm empty helmet team, and from Monday I start to work with another team. So I really know nothing about MotoGP yet. So we will see.
Ah, well, I can see that you're already having a big smile just thinking about getting onto the MotoGP bike. And it's been a long time coming, because since maybe 2022, everyone has been talking about you stepping up to MotoGP. What held you back for those couple of years, and why was now the right moment before you won the Moto2 World Championship?
2022, I was as close to get a title, but during the season, I cannot feel like I'm one of the strongest rider in Moto2. I was like many times not even P10 in the session, and in the race somehow I finished P4, P5, and I didn't crash. So at about the points I was quite at the top, but the speed was not enough, and the performance of the weekend and management of the weekend was not enough. S- uh, Many things was missing, and the this year I feel that I'm much better rider now. I can feel, and I don't know. That's a reason why I decide this year yes and 2022 not. So that's all. Yeah.
Always improving as a rider, and well, I will get this weekend out of the way, and you'll be looking to perform as well as you can for your team. But Tuesday will be the. I'm sure on Sunday night you will not be able to sleep. Looking forward, and of course Monday night not being able to sleep once the Moto2 season is behind you, and of course MotoGP is in front of you. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show with us today. Really appreciate that, and all I can say is best of luck for the rest of the weekend, and of course go out and enjoy yourself on Tuesday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care, and well, of course, you can keep up to date with how I will do on Tuesday. So once again, I enjoy, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Well, there we have it. Ai Ogura on MotoGP Fantasy. And of course, you can get involved with MotoGP Fantasy this weekend if you've not joined up for the rest of the season. You can get in touch, or you can play it along with us at home as well. So we'll just bring up the team once again. Ai Ogura has gone for Jorge Martin and Raul Fernandez in his gold team. And of course, Johan Zarco and Franco Morbidelli in his silver team, with the constructor being Honda and the team being Repsol Honda for the final race of 2024. Now, as I was just saying, you can get involved with MotoGP Fantasy. You can play along at home. You might have been playing since the start of the season, but you might be playing along for the first time. And if you are for the first time, we still have some fantastic prizes that you can win for this weekend. So our weekend competition winners can win any 2 MotoGP tickets to an event of their choice. So make sure you get involved with that, because there's still many great events up for grabs next year, and we would love to see you at some of the events. And of course, as you already know, and you're watching this event, you'll already know what the season competition prizes are. For third place, you get the Tissot T-Race MotoGP limited edition watch, which I know a few people in the office have been sporting and making me feel quite jealous that I do not have one, because they look absolutely fantastic. We've got PlayStation 5 and of course the MotoGP 24 video game up for grabs as well. So make sure you get your team locked in, just like Ai Ogura has pointed out ahead of this final weekend. And of course, our 2023 World Champion signed replica helmet for first place. Now, will Pecco Bagnaia be signing that helmet for his 2024 replica, or will it be Jorge Martin? So, with that being said, all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining us for MotoGP Fantasy Live throughout 2024. From myself, Chris Jordan, and of course Jack Gorson, all of the team behind the scenes, we have to say a massive thank you, and we look forward to seeing you in 2025.